Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do One Piece Chapter 678 review. Now, overall, this chapter is, it's okay. It's an okay chapter of One Piece. It's, the pacing is okay. The pacing is good. It's just that when it came to the substance of this chapter, it's basically setup. It's setup, and we're seeing where the groups are gonna go. Because Law explains to like the whole, because after everything was settled, like Law explains to like everyone about how there is a door. I think Building 66R door, and apparently like this door from the laboratory that they're in right now leads to the sea. It leads to the ocean. So they're trying to find this door because the rest of the island is completely covered in Smiley's poison gas. So we see the group split up. We're seeing Luffy we're seeing Luffy, Law, Robin, and maybe even Frankie. And they're going to go and track down Caesar Clown. And then we're seeing like Kinemon, Nami, Zoro, Brooks, Sanji, and Usopp. And they're going to go search for the kids. In fact, Kinemon's son is probably somewhere in the laboratory. So, you know, clearly they're going to go and search for the kids. And, you know, it's real funny too. Because, like, Nami's like, you know, like, Zoro, like, you're not going alone. Because clearly, in this big-ass laboratory, Zoro's going to get lost. He's going to get lost somewhere. And then, of course, there is the Marines. And the G5 Marines also have the task of, finding the kids, as well as searching for the R66 building door that leads to the ocean. And Smoker has his own agenda, where Smoker is going to go and track down Virgo. So, seeing those two duke it out would be a good fight if Virgo doesn't have Smoker's heart. Because if he does, all he can do is just, you know, grab that shit, punch it, just start fucking with his heart and shit. And that's going to really fuck up Smoker. And well, then again, it also depends if his heart is actually, you know, smoke. I'm not too sure. But when we saw Trafalgar Law take out Smoker's heart, I could have swore that his heart had some smoke coming out of it, like it was, you know, part of like the Logia system. So I mean, I'm not too sure. But that being said, Smoker and Law, they need their hearts back. They need their hearts back. All right, like it's a necessity. All right, Law should be focusing on getting his heart back. That's priority A for Trafalgar Law. So, with that being said, overall, oh yeah, and then the last panel, like the last few pages of this chapter, where we see Zoro, because Usopp informs Zoro that Luffy lost to Caesar Clown because Caesar Clown removed the oxygen from the air and suffocated Luffy. And then, you know, like Zoro's like, yo, like this is the new world, man. This is the new world. You can't take shit lightly anymore. And Luffy's like, you know what? Fine, you're right. And then he's running down some planks, some bridge. And then there's some, you know, Caesar Clown soldiers coming at him. And they shoot bullets at him. Luffy opts to dodge, which shocked me, because he's rubber. He doesn't need to dodge bullets, but you know he dodges the bullets, and then he whips around the underside of the bridge, and then he torques, spins his legs like a helicopter, and then Luffy is like literally flying in the air like a helicopter. I was like, that was kind of crafty, you know, like that was pretty cool shit. In the translation that I read, because Manga Stream is not out yet, in the translation that I read, there was no name for that. There was no name for that, you know, for that thing. Like maybe like Gum Helicopter or something of that nature. So, but I don't know. Maybe we may see Luffy utilize this technique for flying purposes. So maybe if he's falling down, like maybe one day he's falling down the Sun Ego, he spins his legs like a helicopter and flies away. Like that'd be, you know, it's kind of cool. But Luffy he's flying. He's pretty much flying. So, let me get started with the summary, alright? And this chapter starts off, and we're seeing the aftermath of Zoro and Kinemon cutting through those iron, you know, like the iron shutters. And then what happens is that the gas is coming right towards them. And then the Marines are, what the fuck are you guys doing? You guys are crazy. And then they go and then they put the slab of shutter that was cut off. They put it back on the shutter, and then they bolt that shit down to make sure that none of the gas comes out. And the Marines are pissed off and shit. And they're like, what the fuck? What the hell was that? at the same time, Brook goes into soul mode. I call it soul mode, alright? And he goes into soul mode and he is exploring the island and he's noticing that there is all Smiley's gases everywhere. And at the same time, a Dendemushi, I believe this Dendemushi is relaying back to the brokers, underground brokers. So, but basically Brook is exploring and he notices that everything, is completely covered with Smiley's gas. And then he tells them that it is literally like a land of death, and we can't go out there without dying. And then Zoro's like, okay. And then the Marine's like, no, it is not okay. You're a fucking fool. And then the Marines, because this is G5, we are G5, like, we're serious shit. We are G5. And G5, they decide to, point their guns at Kinemon Zoro. The dragon, for some reason the fucking dragon, I have no idea why. Kinemon Zoro, Nami, Sanji's got Nami's body, and Brownbeard, and Brook and Brownbeard. And it was funny too, because, like everyone's doing their thing and shit. Oh yeah, and Nami and Usopp, Nami, they're like, oh, they cornered us, like, Usopp's like, we can't escape. Kinemon's glaring at them. Zoro's like, this ain't gonna fucking happen. And Sanji's like, wait, yo, quit that. Usopp is laughing. And then Brownbeard, Brownbeard's like, they know my name. I was like, bro, I'm shocked too. That caught me off guard. I'm like, how do you know his fucking name? He's Brownbeard. He's a nobody. Actually, you know what would be really cool? Like, if this dragon survives and, like, the Strides keep the dragon as, like, a pet and shit, like an actual pet, not Chopper. He's not a fucking pet. He's not some, like, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde shit. But, I'm just saying, like, why not? Fuck it. Just, have, like, a weird cow dragon. I mean, fuck it. It's One Piece. Like, shit, why not? Why not? Yeah, just fuck. That'd be good. Please, hold up. Let them keep the dragon. Please let them keep the dragon. I like this dragon. I don't know why. I like the dragon. Keep him. But basically, after that scene, Luffy's staring because Luffy and the rest, like, they're on top and shit, and they're watching the shit go down. Law is notifying Smoker not to fuck with us while we're trying to, do our job. Smoker agrees, and then we see Nami. She's like, oh, like she sees Law, and then she tells him to switch their bodies, and then, so basically, like, Law does this, their bodies switch, and then, of course, another Nami see, we're like, oh my god, like, my clothes change, and then Usagi's like, oh shit, my dream is over. Nami's like, I'm back in my body, but my clothes are different. It's fucking punch, yeah. All that shit. And by the way, you guys should know, for future notices, I do not like Nami. I'll be honest, I don't like Nami. I'm not a fan of Nami. Look, if I'm not a fan of Sakura, and I'm not a fan of fucking Maka from Soul Eater, and I'm not a fan of, like, all, basically any female character that is a, what's that character type? Oh my god, the character type. A Shiwawa fucking, I don't know. Basically, the bitches who like to hit you for no real apparent fucking reason, alright? Those bitches, yeah, we stay the fuck away. And Nami's one of them, and I'm not a fan of Nami, alright? Like I said before, Sakura, fuck, God. Sakura, Rukia, Maka, and any other girl I could think of that does that shit, alright? A few others in some other series, alright? They're there, alright? I'm a Robin fan. Robin, to me, she's cool, she's chill. She's a little bit morbid, but she's chill, she's cool. That, to me, is good shit, And basically, after that punch, and then, Sanji's like, well, my body's kind of weak here, I can't really do shit, what the fuck's going on? And then Usopp explains that, Caesar Clown basically fucked you up, and then Sanji's like, yeah, I protected her in some way, shape, and form. Usopp's like, oh shit, la la la, it's funny shit right there. And then Law notifies them about the passageway that leads to the ocean, and then he says, I'll give you guys 2 hours, and in 2 hours I'm gonna fuck up this laboratory. Alright, I'm gonna do some crazy shit. And then that's when they split up, the Marines this way, Law, Luffy, Robin that way, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp, Brook, Kinemon that way, and they're all doing their own thing. That's when Smoker has his thing about, I'm gonna go hunt down Virgo because I can't do it legally. All right, I need it because Virgo is under the Marines, thinking that he can be a double agent for Don Quixote Don Flamingo. Which, by the way, I really want to see this guy fight. Don Flamingo, I think, is one of the coolest characters in One Piece because His ability is like sick as shit. I mean, look, Marineford War. People always remember that Whitebeard died and fucking Ace died. People forget that Orange Jr. died as well. They forget that shit for some weird fucking reason. And oh shit, and what happened? Don Flamingo, the leg cut off. I was like, yes, that shit was hot. That shit was fire. And of course, remember how that one part where like Crocodile saved Ace's life, and then fucking, like he literally, Don Flamingo went like this, one twitch of the finger, and he cut Crocodile's head off. I was like, whoa. So I really want to see Don Flamingo fight. If in fact there is a future fight between Law and Flamingo, that is going to be a very that's going to be a very good fight. Very good, very intricate. Like, yeah, hell yeah, I would love to see that fight. But basically, at this point in time, we see them split up, and then what happens is that Usopp notifies, like after Smoker is going to go hunt down Virgo, Usopp notifies Zoro that Luffy lost, and then Zoro's like, yo, like he yells at Luffy, like, yo, Luffy, this is a new world. Take it serious. Don't fuck around. And that's when we see Luffy do that thing. He's running at these Caesar Clown henchmen, dodges the bullets, hooks underside the bridge, spins like a helicopter, and is actually flying around like woohoo, like doing crazy shit. So, and that right there is the end of the chapter. So overall, this chapter, it's okay. Yeah, it really is okay because I mean the pacing was just a little bit slow, but okay. And overall, like nothing, and like overall, it was mainly set up. It was set up for future chapters and who we're gonna see do what against whom at the climax of this arc when we finally see them, go 1-on-1 or like 2-on-1 or 3 or like whatever, right? I mean, the main targets are clearly Caesar Clown and Virgo, and of course, Kinemon's son. I think his name is Momochike. I'm not too sure. But that being said, King of Lightning, and I will see you guys later. Once again, this chapter was okay. Be sure to rate, comment, and as always, subscribe. Please be sure to rate. All right. I mean, look. All I'm gonna say is this. All right. Commenting takes more effort than rating. Rating is taking a fucking mouse, going, okay, all right. That's rating. So that being said, King of Lightning, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Fan page down below. Peace. Have a nice day.